Okay, so here we left off. We finished up the June, the 6th of June. So now we're starting off with the 7th of June. Okay. So the very first thing that we see here, so we're on general journal number 2. Okay, so we're still here. And let's go ahead and see what happened here. So on the 7th of June, we hired LV Remodeling Company to remodel our area. Okay. Is there anything we need to do here?
No.
No, because we just hired them. No money has been thing. They haven't billed us. We don't know what it's for. Okay. Second thing that happened was we actually received Robinson Kim's consultation fee. Yay. So we received a bill. Okay, so she charged us $1,000 and it's going to be due in the next 3 days. And her invoice number is going to be 1542. Okay. She sent us a bill. Okay. Are we paying it now?
No.
No. So therefore, what are we doing? Okay, yes, but we're gonna owe money, right?
Yeah, accounts payable.
So we're gonna create an accounts payable. Yes. So now we're gonna start off with our brand new, we're gonna start off with $1,000 in our accounts payable. So here I recognize that on the 7th of June, that when we did this consultation, that I'm gonna categorize it as a business expense.
Yes.
Okay, so business expense. Okay, and then we know that because she billed us, we recognize that we're not going to pay her now. We're going to pay her later, so we have to create an accounts payable.
Okay.
All right, and let's go ahead and see what those account numbers are. So business expense is going to be 6,200, and our accounts payable is going to be
20,000.
perfect. Okay, so I already forgot the number. Was it 6,300?
62.
6,200. Oops. 6,200. And this is going to be 20,000. Okay. And how much is the bill for?
$1,000.
$1,000. Okay. So in here in my description, I'm going to go ahead and indicate that this is for Robinson Kim, or I think it was Kim Robinson. My bad. Kim Robinson, comma, consultation fee, invoice number 5042. Okay? And that should be it for the journal. Okay?
Okay.
So now, where do we need to do?
You need to do your ledger.
You need to do your ledger. So here, I'm going to go, what was the first thing I did? A business expense. So I got to go to expenses. This is going to be am I just typing BUS? Business expense is going to be at the bottom of page. Oh, never mind. It's going to be at the bottom of page 34.
34.
34?
Yes.
Business expense, I got it.
Okay. So here, I'm going to validate. Let me pull up my journal at the same time. That in my business expense, which should be up here. Business expense. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the date in. And I'm going to write consultation fee. Okay. And my post reference is going to be general journal number 2. And it's going to be a debit for $1,000. So therefore, because I'm starting my new balance in my ledger account, it should be debited for $1,000. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and then the last thing I did was I went to my liabilities and I have my first accounts payable. Okay, my first accounts payable. So on this, my first accounts payable account, which for you guys should be page 17.
17.
Oh, 17.
Yes, okay.
So 6, 7. Okay. Item. You can also write consultation fee. And then you can also write here in the post reference that it was for general journal number 2. Debit and credit. Did we journalize as a credit or a debit?
Credit. I'm sorry.
Yes. For how much?
1,000.
So because this is the beginning, that means your balance should be 1,000. And I'm going to highlight this whole thing. And I'm going to change it to comma. Okay, so we have $1,000 in our balance, and it's a credit balance. All right,
Now we go to subsidiary account.
that is correct. Subsidiary account. It's going to be by her last name, so it's going to be Robinson.
Okay. On page 9.
Okay, it says Robertson. It's Robinson.
I noticed on some of the somewhere in the thing I think journal gerbil.
That's okay.
I think you'd be a hard time about that. I kept forgetting.
6, 7. Okay, so the notes is going to be that I don't know. She doesn't give any terms, so there's no actual real thing because we know the date already. The invoice number was 1542, right?
1542, right.
Post reference is going to be the general journal number 2. And the due date, remember she said it's due in 3 days. What is 3 days from the 7th?
11.
3 days.
11.
Yes. 11.
The 10th.
It's the 10th.
Okay.
Because 7 doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
We got the 9th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. That's 3 days.
Right.
Okay? And there, we did not pay her in advance, but we know that the invoice amount is for $1,000. And we know we didn't pay her yet. So remember, the formula for this is going to be your invoice amount, subtract any prepaid, subtract any returns, subtract any discounts, and subtract any payments. And it says here that we should owe in the accounts payable for Kim Robinson $1,000.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that, and I'm going to change it to this. So $1,000. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I guess in the notes you can say it's a consultation fee. I don't know what else you would put in your consult. Right? Okay, so the more descriptive you are, the better you keep track of your stuff. Now, if you're a professional at this, or you've been doing this for many, many years, you don't need to fill out these details. As long as you know exactly what's going on, and you're in charge of your books, then you can do whatever you want. Okay? But for this purposes, I'm going to do it so I keep track of myself.
Okay.
Okay, so now that we've recorded Kim Robinson's... Oh, it is Robertson. Oh, dear Lord.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'm changing it to Robinson.
Okay.
Because I don't want to have to go back and everything and change everyone. Okay. Okay, so Kim Robinson, okay. So I gotta change this too. Okay, so file save. Okay, so now that I've recorded her in our books, okay, we received the bill. Let's move on to the next one. So here we finally received from Furniture Store, okay, and it says assume delivery charges is split 75% to the counter and 25% to the shelves. Okay, that's just a little FYI. So here, let's go ahead and take a look at our bill very carefully. So here we got the invoice number 69. We have the date written there. We have the furniture's location and stuff, address. We see that it's net 15. We see that the bill is going to be due in 15 days. Nothing else. Okay? They shipped it to our location, here to our store, FOB shipping. Okay, so here gives us a detail of everything that we ordered. So we ordered a counter and we ordered 5 display shelves. And here's our invoice amount for $15.43. And we noticed that they charged us tax, and they also charged us delivery fees. So now we got to go into our purchase order and say we received this purchase order.
Okay. Here's my purchase order. Oh, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, here I know that I received my purchase order, and it's going to be invoice number 69. Okay, that's all you need to do. Just say that I received the items. Okay, boom. I'm still pending. Wait, I shipped out this other invoice beforehand. Why isn't it coming in now? Well, that is exactly why we need to keep track of our purchase orders. Okay, so we just received our second purchase order, not our first one. Okay, there could be many reasons. It could be a backed order. It could be out of stock, XYZ. Okay, so let's look at this thing. Let's look at this items carefully. So we have a few things here. We have the price of the asset, and we are charged with tax, and we are charged with an additional shipping fee. So how do we calculate each individual one? So here in our grand total, because we received a bill, we're not going to pay it yet. So we're going to create accounts payable for the total amount, which is for $17.70. So how are we gonna split the sales tax and the shipping amongst the two assets?
You take the total cost of the unit minus 8.25%.
What would you minus?
As you said, take sales tax out.
Why do you need to take sales tax out?
We multiply the cost of the counter,
Uh-huh.
1,033 times the sales tax amount.
Okay.
And then we do the same thing with the display shelves.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me see. So let's go ahead and do 6, 7. Okay. Now, we know because I've indicated to you guys that there is an account for a counter and there is an account for display shelves. Okay.
Okay.
So counter and display shelves. And we know that we received a bill, so that means we need to increase our accounts payable here. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at what those account numbers are before we calculate anything else. So let's look at under our assets, and it's under furniture. So I have my counter and I have my display shelves. So I got 1320 and 1340. 13020 and 13040, and my accounts payable is 20,000. Okay, so Lee said that you need to take the asset price, which is what? So how much? So the counter was 133, and we're gonna multiply it by. And then how much was the display shelves? They were $510. And we're going to multiply it by the tax, which now we have this. Okay? Now let's look at our total dollars and cents. Does that reflect how much your bill is worth?
Yes.
No. Your
No,
bill,
delivery.
No.
exactly. So
$100.
I indicated a hint at the top.
So one's gonna be for 25 and the other one's $75.
Correct.
The split. Okay.
Okay, so how much is the 20? Where is the 25 going and where is the 75 going?
75 is going to the counters and 25 to the shelves.
Perfect. So 11, 18, 22. So it's going to be, oopsies. Where is my cursor? Oh, I see it now. So 11, 18, 22. 11, 18, 22 plus 75 is going to give me 193.22, and this is 552 plus 25 gives me gives me a total of 177.22, which is wrong because I missed a cent somewhere.
Yeah, we missed 8 cents somewhere.
Let me go undo. So here it's supposed to be 552.08. My bad. 552. Yes.
What happens if they don't say at the top, split the delivery charge? The invoices that I've seen from, previous job is they just have one flat delivery charge, but with different items. with more than one item on there.
Okay.
I mean, there's like a freight charge, it's like a, different charges, but they don't split it up like that.
It depends on what the company is, but I'm guesstimating this just because think about it. How does shipping work? How do they charge you?
By weight.
By
usually.
weight. Exactly. And you can assume that shelves, they don't weigh that much. Where a counter probably weighs a lot. Even look at the prices. If the counter is going to be worth $1,000, you better be sure that that is one good counter, a heavy counter. You know what I mean? Where a display shelf, if it's only going to cost you $100, I mean, you can assume that it's a light. It's probably maybe it could be a piece of glass, right? Nice display shelf, but it shouldn't cost you that much to ship out.
So
Now,
are we supposed to just like guess,
Ye-
split it?
it depends
If
on your
it does
company.
not say,
Mhm.
yeah, my question is if it does not say how to split it,
Mhm.
what do we do? Because I've seen invoices where they don't.
That's
So
that's true.
Okay, so then what?
Like I said, it just depends on your company. Some of your companies will actually do a separate um, account for those freight charges, and maybe they pay it off differently. But in this case, if it doesn't say it at all, you are gonna have to just guesstimate it. Okay.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you are
because-
gonna have to guesstimate it, and it's going to be based upon what your accountant tells you. So if your accountant says, just throw 75% of it into counter and 25% into this, then that's how you're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Because I had questions about this as well before. And yes.
Okay. Go over to your journal and go over to a blank column. Go over to your journal and then move over to a blank column. No, blank column. Go to your right. Yeah. Okay. On line. Whoa, where are you?
I'm at the blank columns.
On line,
63.
I guess 62. Right there, yeah.
Okay.
On that. Type in fair market. FM.
Okay, FM.
On G, type in percentage. Just percentage sign. Okay. On H, I want cost. Okay. On line 61, I
Oh, I.
over. What's total? I want what 1770 is the total cost.
1770,
70,
30.
Okay, type that in there. Okay, fair market. How much did the counter cost you?
$1,033.
$1,033. Okay. How much did the shells cost you total?
510.
Okay, what's the total? What's the total of that?
1543.
Okay. Percentage. I want. What is it? It's going to be. I think it's going to be. Gosh, I forget now. Go 1543 equals 1543 divided by the 1770/30. Okay. And now do the same thing for the 510. 510 divided by,
Okay, I see what you're doing. The percentage of the cost is the percentage of the delivery charge.
exactly. Right? So equal that. That should be 100%.
That's not 100%. Just looking at it already, it's not 100%.
1330 divided by 17.
1330? Where are you getting 1330?
I'm sorry, 1033 divided by 1770 is what?
1770 is 58%.
And the 5,
And the 510 divided by the 1770.
oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Go back again. I want the 1033 divided by the 1543. And the same there. 510 divided by 1543. That should be
Before the
okay.
delivery charges, yeah.
Exactly. So your tax, so your taxes going to be go over one more square, one more column. No, one more. Okay. And you want the taxes. It's going to be 127.30 times the percentage. So it's going to equal, no, go down, equals 127.30 127.30, no, $127.30. That's your taxes, right? 27.30 times, go over to your percentage and times that. Yeah.
Mr. Sanchez, you can, when you're dealing with sales tax, you can never do that. You have to prorate it. It's based on the sale price, not on based on how much it is.
No, but now go down to do the same thing for the shelves.
So what was it? 127.
127.30 times, yeah,
Oh
no,
shoot!
times up.
Hold on, I messed up my formula. Is it 4? No, it's not 40. It's 30. This?
Yeah. That's what does that add up to? Should be 127. Yeah. So so you want to add the 1033, right? Plus the 85, plus the 85, 22. And that should add up to a total 1730. The cost.
That's not the okay. That's just the total cost without the freight.
Right, they don't, because you don't owe them the freight. Freight's going to be different.
Okay, so freight is going to be what, 100 times the percentage.
Yeah.
So let me create another one.
Yeah, there you go. But then you gotta write two checks, right? Or what are you gonna do? What are you go, or
Yeah, one for the
Yeah,
counter and one for the shelves.
no, you gotta write two checks. One
Right.
to the store and one to the freight company.
There is no freight company. It's all in one.
It, oh, delivery charge. I'm sorry. Yeah, delivery charge. I'm sorry. So yeah. Okay. So that's the way you divide. If you don't know how, if you don't have any other method, this is the way to divide. Find the percentage of the item to a total cost, and then utilize that percentage to all the other charges.
Okay, so this is basically saying you're going to take the total cost of the item and you're going to divide the freight that way. If you don't have any other method, whether it's measurement or whatnot, because packages and everything, they're based by weight. This one is based by cost. So, if you do not have that extra information, then you can resort to this. But again, if you're the bookkeeper, your accountant tells you what to do, you better do it. But in this case, if you're the accountant and you're trying to figure it out, you're not given the weight description or anything like that, then you can devise and use this method right here, where you're using the cost to divide the shipping, which I don't think that's valid because that's not how shipping works. But yes, if you can't figure it out on your own, this would be a way to do it.
Again, yeah, this is only an estimate, right?
Yes.
As long as you pay the shipping company, as long as you pay the freight company, if there is a separate freight company, $100, they're fine with it. They don't care how you divide it up.
Yeah.
As long as you assign the tax to the various items, the company's okay. The company's okay with you. This is just a way to put in your asset value into your books, because the value of your asset is everything it takes to get to your door, right? Sales tax, shipping, everything.
Okay. But for the purpose of this class, I've already just put it in the description that I want 75% to be dedicated to the counter because it is heavy. I would assume it's heavier, and the display shelves are not that heavy. So I want to distribute only $25 to my display shelves.
And yeah, in this case, in Lynn's case, the accountant is telling you how they want you to assign the various values.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you for that. That's very insightful. Okay. All right. So we've already journalized our journal. Now we need to complete our description here. So here, let me see. So who is this? So who is our vendor?
Furniture store.
Furniture store.
Furniture store. Good. What is the invoice number?
69.
Invoice number 69. Okay. And if you want to, you can put your terms in here. It doesn't really matter. But I'll indicate it here. I'm gonna say net 30. Net 15. Okay. Just so then, it's in my journal. It's also going to be in my subsidiary ledger, but I just want to do that for keepsake. Okay, good measures. Okay. So now that I finished my journal completely, I've updated my purchase orders. Now I need to go to my what?
General
Ledger.
You need to go to the general ledger. So because we received our fixed items, our fixed assets, right? This is now where we can actually say we calculated the total amount of each one, and this is what we're going to record them as, because the total cost of an asset is going to be everything included to get the assets into service or into service. So in this case, display shelves, I don't think there is anything that you need to do for them. The counter, you don't really need to do much. It's just a counter. So not much to go on for there. So let's go ahead and enter those assets in. Okay?
Okay.
So it's going to be under furniture.
Page 10.
Yes, I found my display shelves and I found my counter. So my counter is here. So
Oh, okay,
six.
I see the
On
counter,
page 10.
Yeah. Furniture's the main account. Counter,
Furniture's what?
furniture's the main account.
Oh.
Under that is a sub
You haven't
account.
broke up. You haven't broke up.
Broke what up?
Oh,
Uh,
Yeah, 'cause-
they each have their own little spots. Counter, display shelves.
Yes. Because they're separate assets.
Yes. I thought you were meaning they were under furniture.
No. That's what I said. Main furniture is the main account, and anything under that is going to be in regular letters. Is going to be a sub account,
Yes.
oh, okay.
or it could be a contra account. Okay. Just my method to keep this organized is the main account will be in capital letters.
And it is at the top, right?
Yes.
Top of page 9.
Yes, because it's considered to me a counter, and display shelves are going to be considered as furniture to me. Okay, so here's a counter. I already know what it is. So my post reference is going to be General Journal number 2, because that's where I recorded it. And it's going to be for 119322. Okay, and I know that my balance in that is going to be the same because I only have one counter right now. Then I'm gonna scroll down. I think for you guys it's the next couple pages, maybe page either 11 or 12.
Next page.
You're gonna find your display shelves, and you're going to indicate it here.
Okay. And our date is June 7.
June 7th.
Okay. And we bought this for $577.08. Okay. And lastly, we need to update our accounts payable, which for you guys should be page 17, top of page 17.
17.
So June
Okay, yes, accounts payable.
accounts payable, and we're gonna write in here invoice number 69. Okay. General Journal number 2, and it's for the total amount of 177030. Okay, so now that we have a new entry in our accounts payable, now this one's going to be a little different for the formula wise. We're going to be in the credit column. We're going to go up 1. We're going to add our credits because credits increase, right? And we're going to subtract our debits because debits decrease accounts payable, or it decreases the credit balance. So now I am increasing it. So I have now $2,700 in my accounts payable, and I'm going to drag this formula down all the way.
Okay.
Okay. And then lastly, where do we need to go?
Subsidiary?
Subsidiary, yes.
Yes.
So here we're going to go ahead and look up our furniture store.
Okay.
Here's my furniture store. 67.
top furniture store.
So when I do this, I'm going to go ahead and write in my net 15 that I'm going to say that since it's due in net 15, so what is 15 days? Oh wait, actually no, there's no discount, so I'm not going to indicate anything in there. So my invoice number was 69. My
Yes.
post reference is going to be General Journal number 2. My due date. So if I look at my bill again, it says it's going to be for net 15. So that means it's going to be due in 15 days. So what date is 15 days from now?
22nd?
The 22nd. Okay. Did I prepaid anything? No, I did not. My invoice amount is going to be for $17.70.30. And I did not pay my person yet. So therefore, my accounts payable amount is going to be for $17.70.30. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and check out our next entry. Okay. All right. We created another purchase order. Okay, so purchase order 17304 to furniture store again. And we're going to buy 10 sets of bistro tables and 2 chair combo. So we're going to buy 10 sets of those. And per unit price is going to be $605, giving us a grand estimated total of $6,055.50. Okay? So this furniture store doesn't require, or we're not gonna give a down payment. So we should be okay with this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and record this purchase order.
The date, 17/03/04, furniture store. Then your item would be table and chairs.
Tables and chairs. Furniture store. Tables. Oopsies. Not Tableau,
No.
but Tableau is one of those new accounting softwares. Was it
Oh, it
Tableau? Yes, it is. Table and chairs. All right, and our invoice amount is for $6,055.50. Okay, $6,055.50. Okay, back to our journal here. Okay, so when we come here, the next thing that happened was, oh no, our down payment check written was for the wrong amount to Haley Bros, okay? Because we miscalculated, okay? Because $11.70 is actually not 1/3 of the actual price. So here we're gonna have to issue a revised purchase order for 17303R, and we're also going to void the check of 1506 and reissue a new check for the correct amount for 1171,687. Okay, so we miscalculated our check. We wrote for a lower amount, so we have to go ahead and revise the purchase order for number 3. Is the purchase order number 3? Purchase order number 3. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just going to go to purchase orders, right? Because our total amount that we were billed for is going to be for $3,515.95. If we were to calculate that and divide that whole entire thing by 3, we would see that yes, we wrote the wrong amount. So in this case, because I have Excel, I can go ahead and write my R in here, okay? Because I have to revise the actual amount that I'm actually paying. Okay, I have to revise it. Okay.
So you put a R there. Okay.
Uh-huh, so you know that it's being revised. Okay?
Okay.
Another thing that you gotta do is you gotta go to your check register, because the first thing that we asked to do is to void this check right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in here, or write in here. I can write void.
Void.
Okay, you can have it with a red pen, whatever it is, as long as you know that this is voided.
Okay.
Okay, and we're gonna write a new check for the new amount. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our journal, and let's journalize that transaction. Now, what do we need to do here? This is a lesson that we learned. What do we need to do to correct an entry in our journals?
We can, oh goodness.
We can reverse and then rewrite.
Good.
Yeah. Reverse, rewrite.
Couldn't remember what it was called.
And the second one is called
Correction or I don't know, something.
error cancellation.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. In this case, because I know error cancellation is sometimes messy if you can't, if math is not your strongest point. So here I'm going to say, I want you to reverse this transaction, and then I want you to rewrite the transaction. So we're going to do the reverse and reentry method. So let's go ahead and reverse this check that we wrote. Okay. So we're going to reverse our prepaid amounts. So how do we do that? We're gonna take back our money, and we're going to take it out of our prepaid accounts. All right, and my description here is to correct what did I write? To correct entry, to correct Haley Burrows' entry on June 6th. To correct okay,
Around June 6, right.
yes, okay, at least we caught it now versus then catching it later. Okay, so I believe checking is 110, and I believe this is 18,600. Okay, and I'm going to reverse it for, what was my original amount I wrote it for?
1140
1140, yes.
at 22.
Good. Now, for safe measures, before we do anything, I want you to update your ledger. Okay? I want you to update your ledger. Okay?
Ledger?
Yes, so we're going to update our ledger. We're going to reverse the check, and we're going to take out our prepaid amounts. So in this case, checking came first. And what I'm going to do with here is type in here, and I'm going to write void check number 1506. Okay, general journal number 2, and because I'm reversing it and I'm gaining it back, plus I journalized it as a positive number, it's going to I'm going to increase my bank account. Okay, so I should get, if I did this correctly, it should equal to 1044,116, which is exactly what we started off before we wrote that check. Okay, and then I'm gonna go all the way down to my deposits. So I think that's top of page 16 for you guys.
16, you said?
16, yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go into my prepaid accounts. Oh, actually, it's actually page 15. bottom of page 15.
Okay, prepaid accounts. Yeah.
Prepaid accounts here and here. All right. I think I'm gonna write void check
What's the check number again?
1506. So I'll write void check 1506. And then I'm gonna go ahead and write general journal number 2. And this time I'm crediting 11/40/22. And my new amount should be 6654 if I did my calculations correct.
Can you leave it on that page a minute, please?
Yes, that's fine.
No, evidently I forgot, I missed the, June 6th.
Oh. See? Okay, so now that we reversed our transaction completely, okay, now we're going to go back to our journal and now we're going to journalize it for the correct amount.
Okay.
So here it says that we need to re-enter in the correct amount for the correct amount of check. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that to here. So 6, 7. Okay, we're going to do again prepaid accounts and
And,
we're going to write a check. Okay, in this case, we know what check number we're going to be doing. It's going to be for check number 1507. So Haley Bros, comma, PO 17, oopsies, PO number 17303R. Make sure that you know that you revised it with a check number 1507. Okay. And this one's going to be 18,600 and 10,100. And it's going to be, what's the new amount?
1171.87.
87. Okay. 87. All right. And that should complete my transaction here.
Oh, just, if you just hold it there for 1 second.
No worries.
Okay.
So, okay. Okay.
All right. And then now we're going to go back to our ledger and we're going to enter in everything that we just journalized. So good thing that we left off on our prepaid accounts, which is on page 15.
15. Yeah.
15.
And then we're going to go ahead and indicate, again, 1/3 down pay for PO 17 170303R. R, not E. Okay.
Can you scroll down a little bit on it so I can see the heading? Thank you.
Okay, so general journal,
Prepaid accounts, okay.
prepaid accounts. Okay, so now instead of now that we're redebiting this amount, so 1171.87, now it should reflect a little slight change into the new number. So now it's 7,826.04. Where in previous it was 7,794.39. Yes?
Okay.
Can you, your little cursor there, if you could move that down, just, okay, yes, 71.
You had 26. I got 25. Now, where did I mess up?
Okay.
I don't know, David.
Well, no, I'm looking at all my numbers and your numbers, and so far I have everything. They're written down the way you have them on your screen.
Okay. Okay. I don't know where you went wrong or what number you're off by. Okay.
Now, evidently, it must be the computer or the calculator. So all my numbers are exactly what you have on your screen.
Okay.
And so I'll just blame the calculator for it.
Okay, because this is Excel, so I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
punching in 2-digit numbers, so it should be accurate on this side. There's no formulas in this,
And
except for adding.
Let's go.
All right, so I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go back to the top, and I am going to indicate that my check number that I wrote is for 1507. Was it? Which I think we totally forgot to write the check in the first place. So let me go ahead and indicate that back, and we'll go ahead and go back for that. Because I'm writing a check for 1171.87, it should decrease my amount to $9,269.29. Okay? All right. And then I'm going to go back in here because I did forget to write my check in here. So check number 1507 is going to be for 6-7. And I think I wrote the check number for 171.87. Oopsies.
I'm gonna check register. Okay.
My check register, I need to make sure I have that in there.
Okay, so this is 1507.
Okay. Now I'm caught up. Good.
Okay.
A lot of handwriting.
Yes.
A lot of handwriting.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So now that we've done that, we need to go update all this information into our subsidiary ledger. So I'm gonna go find Haley Bros. All right, I found Haley Bros. Okay.
Here we go. So that-
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna indicate in my first transaction that the check has been voided. But in my case, it looks like I don't owe anything, which is fine. You just need to make sure that you indicate that the check was voided anywhere on the page, okay? And then I'm going to make my new entry here for the 7th. And I'm going to also put the same thing here. DP, down payment, but without the voided. And I need to, yeah, there you go. Oh, and it's check number 1507.
7.
And then this one I'm going to do purchase invoice. Now, oh, I did type in the wrong purchase number. And make sure that you indicate the R. And this is general journal number 2. Is there a due date? No, there isn't, because we decided to give this person, I need to fix that or else it's not going to calculate that. 87. And then we need to make sure that is for this exact amount. And our formula, if it worked, it should indicate that we owe $0. Perfect. Okay. All right. So, there you go. Error cancellation at its best. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Reverse and re-entry at its best.
The other one, yeah.
The other one,
Yeah,
yes.
the other one.
It's been a long day.
But you-
Okay, I believe we have. Oh, that's it. Okay, we have one more entry, and then two more entries, or no, one more entry. All right. Last thing that we encounter is we received items from the furniture store. Okay, we received items from the furniture store. Okay, so we can go ahead and go to our purchase orders just to make sure that we can check mark off that. Okay, whoopsies, I just hit the wrong one. So I'm gonna go to my purchase orders. And I'm gonna indicate that, yes, did I receive, what did I receive? I received my my desk set. So here, finally, my purchase from my very first purchase order came in, and what is the invoice number? 71. Good. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna go to my journal. Okay, so good. So 71. Let's look at this invoice. Okay, so we're here. We have net 15, so that means we have to pay it in full by the 15th. And let's see, everything else, shipping was included. So let's go ahead and look at this desk set. So this desk set was for $562. They charged us sales tax for it, and they charged us a delivery charge for it, which was $50. And in this case, there's only that one desk set. And everything's already included, so you don't need to separate any tax. You don't need to separate any delivery charges. It is for this full amount right here. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and journalize this actual transaction right here. So the desk set for the 7th is going to be desk set. And because I'm not going to pay it yet, it's going to be an accounts payable. All right, and I'm going to indicate it here that it was from the furniture store with the invoice number of 71. And I'm going to put net 15 just for random reasons. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at what our desk set account is.
$13,030.
That's what I got too. Okay, so desk set is 13030 and my accounts, oopsies, my accounts payable is actually 20,000. All right. And let's see for what exact amount are we actually getting billed for. We are getting billed for the total amount of $658.37.
Yes.
So what was it? 658
37.
658.37. 658.37. Okay. Now we can go to our ledger.
Okay.
So now that we recognize this amount, we're going to go ahead and find our desk set. So it's going to be under the account. Let's see. We got the counter on page, what, 6?
That's 6, yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, wait, no, it's not on 6.
desk set should be page 7.
On page 7, you said?
Let's see.
Yeah, that's to page 10.
Oh, page
I
10.
say it's not, yeah.
Perfect. Page 10 is desk sets. The bottom is the last
Right.
box.
Yep, got it.
Okay. So here we're going to indicate the date. We don't need to indicate anything there. General journal number 2. And we increased it by 68737. Oh no, 68. Let's see.
658.
658. Yes, 65837.
37.
65837. Which in this case we should have a balance like that. Okay, good. Lastly, we have to update our, oh wait, I forgot to do my accounts payable, see? Just like that.
I was just thinking of it. So. Accounts payables on 17.
17, okay.
67,
Yes.
invoice number 71, general journal number 2, and I'm increasing my accounts payable by $658.37. So in this case, my new total should be $3,428.67. Okay. And then lastly, we need to update our vendors. Okay, so furniture store is up here. 67, 71. Since we received it on the same day. Okay.
Okay, we went to furniture store.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a minute.
No worries. So we went to furniture store. Okay. We entered in the information. Okay. That we received on the 7th. Invoices number 71. General journal number 2. The due date is in 15 days, which is the same because we got it the same day. So June 22nd. We added our invoice number, which is for $658.37. We didn't pay for it, so therefore we owe $658.37. Now, what you can do for Excel, okay, for you guys who are writing on the paper,
Yes.
don't do this because this number will change, okay?
Okay, all right.
For you guys, for those who have Excel, this is a simple formula. It's going to be the auto sum or the equal sum. And now we can tell that every time we're dealing with our vendor, since we're using Furniture Store so much, we owe them a grand total of $2,428.67. So that's including our counter and our shelves, and we just received our desk set. We still have to also receive our bistro tables and chairs. So this amount will increase drastically. Okay, but this just gives us a sum of the total of how much we owe specifically that vendor.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see if that is all. Okay, so now it says start water and Las Vegas City Services through Envy Utilities. There's no deposit you need to do, nor anything. It's just you're just gonna get a statement at the end of the day. Now the last thing is to create your trial balance. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so in order to do your trial balance, all you need is your general ledger. Okay, so everything we've done up to today, all you need is your general ledger. Okay, and so what the general ledger is going to do, and with your trial balance, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my trial balance right now. So I have my trial balance on the left side, and I have my general ledger on the right side. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to calculate every single debit and credit that you have accumulated this entire process that we just did. So that's what a trial balance is. It's a list of all of your accounts, and you're going to test whether your debits match your credits. So for this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the main account and the sub account in here, just so then I can keep track of everything. Okay, so my first account that I see is my bank account. I know there's nothing in there, but let's look under the sub account. What do we have under the sub account? I have a checking account. Okay, there's a balance in there. I have, let's keep scrolling down. I have a petty cash. That's part of my bank in here. I have a cash register in here. And then my next one is going to be accounts receivable. Okay. So in this already, we know that we have a sub account for checking, and it has a balance right here. And if we did our calculations right, we would be able to figure this out in that if our debits match our credits, then we did our accounting correct. So
Sorry, we're matching this with the general ledger or the journal?
the ledger. What does the general
ledger.
journal do?
Yeah, I know that's just recording the day. That's why I was confused when you were saying, this will add up everything, your debits and your credits.
That's right, because we are adding up all of our debits and our credits because we're not looking
But
at
it's
one
from
account.
your-
We're
but it's
looking.
Like you said, it's from the ledger, not the journal.
Yes. Sure. Hopefully you answered your own question. Okay, I didn't know if I answered your question because I didn't know.
Right after I said it, because I did. I answered.
Okay. All right. It was one of those awkward conversations you have with yourself. Yes.
A lot
So,
of those.
okay, so let me go ahead and just highlight all this because I don't like how it's formatted. I want it to be left aligned, and I want it to be regular. Okay, So again, I'm going to write it in exactly how I see it. So I'm gonna put my main account as in caps, and I'm gonna put my subheading accounts in regular letters. So my first sub account is going to be checking. Now, what you can do this to, if you know the secret to doing this, where you can, hide your lines and whatnot. For this case, I'm just looking for the totals of each account. So if I'm already going to do checking, I don't need to have banking as my total amount because then you're adding too much debits in each one. So I want you to see how it is. So if, for example, my bank is blank, then I leave it blank. But however, checking is part of my bank. So checking has a number. So I'm going to indicate that number in here. And let's go ahead and see. So what is my balance at the end of the 7th in my checking?
9,220, 9,200, right?
Yes. 9,269 9,269.29 is going to be correct. I mean, that's the number that I will be using. Yes.
Yes.
Okay? And I'm going to unbold this as well. Okay? So there you go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through all of your accounts, and that's how you are able to solve it. Okay? So let's see. Is there anything in my petty cash?
No.
No. So if there's nothing there, don't waste space and record it, because if you're going to write 0, there's no point. But the reason why I recorded bank is because it's part of my main account. Okay? And then when we move further on, what I'm gonna ask you to do is, instead of listing out every single account, every sub account, I want you to just list out the main accounts. Okay? So you're gonna be adding up all the totals separately, but that's going to be for trial for later on. Okay? Not right now. For now, I want you to see where we're pulling these numbers from. Okay? So there's nothing in the petty cash fund, so we don't need to record that. Okay? Is there anything in my cash register?
No,
No.
No, don't need to record that. What about my accounts receivable?
no,
No.
No.
Okay. What about my allowance for doubtful accounts?
no,
No.
No. What about my business supplies?
no.
No.
No, nothing there. So no medium cups, no large cups, no sugar, and definitely no creamer. So that thing is completely eliminated. What about office supplies?
Yes.
No,
It's 0, but
nothing there. We didn't even touch the account period. Okay. What about inventory? Did we buy any inventory?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. So that means regular coffee is out, Supreme coffee is out, and ceramic coffee mugs are out as well. Okay. So now we're diving into furniture. Okay.
yes.
So in the actual furniture main account, is there anything in there?
No.
Yes, yeah,
Yes, there is something in there, but what are we going to record?
Furniture.
Oopsies, I forgot to capitalize it. Okay. Is there a value in this account? Is there a balance in this account?
no,
No. So we don't need to, you can write 0 if you'd like, but there's no point to have to write 0. It makes no sense. However, furniture is a main account. If you break it down, we have other things such as, what did we buy? Did we buy a bistro table yet?
I thought we did.
We put in an order for it, but did we receive it? Do we actually have it?
That was a purchase order, yeah, so it's just a purchase order.
Just a purchase order, so nothing there. And accumulated depreciation, obviously we don't have the table yet, and that doesn't happen till the end, so no. Do we have a counter?
Yes,
Yes, so that there you go. Go ahead and type in counter. For how much?
1193.22.
whoops, 1193.22. Okay. All right. What about our desk set?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did have a desk set. Okay, and it's 4,658.37. Okay, make sure that you're transferring them in over correctly. Okay, and then the next one is going to be display shelves. Yes, we did receive our display shelves. Display shelves for 57708. Okay. Now you're going to go through every single account that you have. Okay. So including all assets, liabilities, equity, revenues. Obviously, we didn't sell anything yet, so that's completely eliminated. So and your expenses. So you're going to go through every single account, and whatever has a balance, you record it. And what you're going to do at the end is you're going to calculate the total of your debits and see if they match your total credits. Okay. So in this case, I'll just go ahead and just go through it one with you, so we can do this together. Okay.
Okay.
Did we buy office equipment?
No.
No.
Yes, we did. Because what is under office equipment?
The computer and printer.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, that's
Yes.
a main account. But
It's a.
under, okay.
So I'm gonna list my main account in here. Equipment. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. And then we're going to list out what we had. Now, for my best memory, I know we bought a computer, we bought a printer, and we bought a copier. Okay. And I spelled copier wrong. Okay. And I'm going to go through each one. So let's go look over computer. So how much do I have for my computer?
818.
No, 1,000.
$1,834.84. Right.
Perfect. Yes. Okay, so I got that for, okay. Let's keep scrolling down. My printer cost me how much? What was my total for my printer?
378.88.
Good. And then lastly, how much is my copier?
920.12.
920.12. Good. All right, keep scrolling down or keep flipping the pages. Did we buy any equipment?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we did. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate that as my main account. And what is my first equipment did I have?
Coffee brewer.
My coffee brewer. Yes. For how much?
$1,900.
For $1,900. Perfect.
Grinder.
Did we have a coffee grinder though?
Yes.
I don't.
We bought a coffee
Got
grinder.
it yet?
We sent a purchase order for it. Did we receive it yet?
No.
No. So
No.
nothing there. Vehicles. Did we buy any vehicles?
No.
No.
No, we didn't. Okay, so that eliminates everything in vehicles. So the next one's going to be prepaid accounts. So this is all of these are main accounts. So did we have prepaid accounts?
Yes.
Yes, we do. We currently have an outstanding balance for prepaid accounts. Okay, so how much is in our prepaid accounts?
$7,826.04.
So 7. What do you say? 7, 8, 2, 6,
82604.
4. Perfect. Okay. Then we have deposits.
Mm-hmm.
How much deposits do we have?
1700.
We have 1,700. Okay. These are supposed to be dollar amounts. I don't know why they're not appearing. Let me go ahead and change the format real quick. So give me like one more second. Format, comma. Okay. There you go. All right. So go and continue back. We just finished deposits for 1,700. Okay.
Miscellaneous.
Not yet. We've skipped
We
one.
have goodwill.
We have goodwill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2100.
Okay. And then now we finally reached our end of our assets in miscellaneous suspense. Do we have a balance in there?
No.
No.
No. So do we need to include it? Not really. It's just going to waste more space because you're just going to add a 0. What good would that do to you? Nothing. All right. So now we're going to be looking at our liabilities. So I'll go ahead and give this to you. There's only accounts payable. we haven't done any other things that we've owned so far. We haven't made sales. We haven't done anything yet. So our only account we have is our accounts payable. Okay? And it's a credit balance. So how much credit do we have for
$3,428.67.
$3,428.67. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to go to our equity account. Okay. In our equity account, we have only touched one account. And what is that?
That was our investment.
It's original investment, which is also known as our owner's equity. And we know that it is $30,000. Okay. Again, we did not have any sales. We haven't even opened our store yet, so we don't have any revenues. We don't have any cost of goods sold yet because we didn't sell anything yet. So the next batch we're going to be looking at is going to be our operating expenses. Okay, so here, do we have any advertising expense?
No.
No. What about bank fees?
No.
No. Business expenses?
Yes.
Yes. So BU business expense for $1,000. Make sure you know that expenses are debited. So, okay, next. Do we have any freight expense? No. What about
No.
insurance expense?
Yes.
Yes. For $195.53, 83.
83. Yeah.
Okay. Did we have any labor expense?
Nope.
No,
No.
we did not. But we did have a license and permit expense. Yes, we did. License. Oops, I think it's license and permit expense for how much? $375. Okay. And then let's see. Do we have a loss on disposal of asset?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Loss on disposal of asset. Okay, for $2,000. $2,000. Okay. And then let's see what else happened. Do we have office supplies expense?
No.
Do
No.
we have any payroll expense? We haven't even had a, we didn't even employ anybody
hired
yet.
anybody.
Exactly. So we'll skip all that. What about purchase expense?
No.
No.
not any-
Yes, we didn't buy any inventory. So all of this under purchase expense is gone. What about rent expense?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we did. Rent expense. And it was for 1,500. Yes. Okay. And let's make sure that we didn't do anything else. Do we have travel expense? No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Utilities? No. Bad debt? No. Depreciation? No. Amortization? No. So
No.
that is it. So if you sum up these totals, right? Let's go check it out. Do we have the sum of all of my debits? Okay. I'm going to check it right now. Okay. Is it going to be equal to the number of my total credits? And in this case, 3, 3, 4, 2, 8, 6, 7. Yay, we met. Yes, we matched. Okay. So that is how you complete a trial balance. You're just gonna have to go through. Go
Can
ahead.
you go back down to that number one more time? Didn't have a chance to total it.
I'm gonna post this up.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, we finally finished our trial balance, and we were a success. We got 3,300. They matched. They're equal. Okay. So that means we did our accounting good. Okay. So that means going on forth, that means we don't need to validate any other transactions. Unless we made a mistake in the past, then we would have to fix it and blah, blah, blah. But if so forth, we know that the first week of transactions is good, is complete, and it's done. So we can go ahead and proceed to the next week, which is going to happen next week. Okay, so I've already uploaded everything for week 2 onto the classroom. Okay,
Good.
so everything is there. There will be a few things that you will need to know.